Let me tell you, all right? I don't like getting involved in politics. We never have. My generation X never has. But wait up. Okay, so you have this generation called the baby boomers that we were complaining about long before millennials were putting us in that category. Okay, they're all the kids that were born right after the war, World War II. So 1946 to 1961. You can fight about the years all you want. For example, Trump was born in 1946. Clinton was born in 46. George Bush Jr. or Sr. was born in 46. Dude, these guys have been in office for 60 years. It's not normal. But who's he hiring? Millennials. Right. He has Jared Kushner, dude. Jared Kushner. You shouldn't have any CIA clearance. You got it revoked. A 20-year-old running his office. Now he's hired this vice president guy who looks cool, but he's part of the millennials. He's on the cusp. Which is all about what? Well, Generation X comes up with the ideas, but the millennials, they don't really think very creatively. But what do? They can make money. They don't give a fuck. They'll take their idea. They'll claim Snoop Dogg came from their generation just to make a buck. Well, so you're surrounded. Yes, all sociologists have said this. Generation X got punked because they're surrounded by two of the most self-indulgent and selfish and greedy generations around. Every sociologist that's serious says that. Not in such a dire way, but I've noticed that. Clearly, you're noticing that. I mean, we should be in charge of the country. 9 to 5 sense, we are in charge of the country. Guys between the ages of 45 and 65 run this country right now in the waking up, punching a clock, and going to work. Okay, so now we're getting our asses kicked by a bunch of millennials behind us. I'm not really trying to pigeonhole, but I'm just giving you the facts. Who are perfectly aligned with baby boomers who will not leave their jobs. They're deliberately not retiring so they can keep money so that Gen X doesn't get it. It's almost like it's a weird plot. So now there's out the superpowers. Everyone thinks Trump is God. He's untouchable. He can't go to jail. Nothing can happen to him. Then look what happened. Because if the boomers and the millennials hooked up with Gen X in the middle, I said, well, I said this years ago. Whoever Gen Z is, whoever comes after the millennials, that's going to be our best generation. They're not going to be our kids, but they're going to be our kids. They're going to be on our team. And what happened last weekend? What do you fucking know? Everyone's head spinning because a 20-year-old kid touched him. He got touched. Lawyers couldn't do it. No one could do it. Politicians couldn't do it. A 20-year-old kid, a nerdy kid. He's not a nerd because what? We know all about Columbine. These other punks don't know about Columbine. Columbine came back as a ghost and said, watch this. It was almost like he did it on purpose to be like, Gen X, we're coming. So that's who we align with. If you were born after 9/11 or on 9/11, you are a Gen Zer. But before that, you're a millennial and you're a punk and you're trying to get into my wallet. Get out of my fucking pocket. So line up with fucking Gen Z. That's what I guarantee you that's it. I've been thinking about it for years. It just fell into my lap. Look at who touched him. Everyone's always really shook up and shit. Why? They're talented. They're gifted. They're more gifted than the millennials. That'll make millennials shit their pants. Because they think that that's why they're so secretive. They think they're the only ones that have some sort of mental ability or skill or can see things that no one else can see. Bullshit. We just don't know what you're seeing, but we're just as gifted. But you're just too greedy. And God does not go with the greedy aggressor. God goes with his own kids, and his own kids are the ones who are getting put down right now. And that's not the millennials, and that's not the baby boomers who are 80 years old and acting like kids, sleeping with porn stars. See what I'm saying? I mean, when you've got a wife that's a Gen Xer and her name is Millennia, don't tell me that it's not a witch hunt. He had a show called The Apprentice. Trust me, a witch hunt is a very accurate way to describe it. Because as we know from The Exorcist, the devil does what with lies? Yeah, the devil's a liar, but the devil, makes lies with the truth to confuse us. It's a witch hunt. No shit, it's a witch hunt. You're a dude, I thought, and you're acting like a witch. I mean, if I saw Trump, I'd kick his ass. That's why he never comes out anywhere. He was scared to come out to California and announce where his fundraising campaign was. Because he knows we might literally physically beat his ass up. He didn't expect in Pennsylvania for there to be a Gen Z/Gen X bloodstream and lineage of God. I said it. To put a bullet in his fucking ear, and now, he's shook up. He is shook up, even if he's using it to his advantage. No one could get to Trump. No one could touch Trump. That was the message. So he gets his ear touched. Okay, right. He got his ear touched. That's always been a symbol of an angel's talking to you. Tug on your ear, right? Okay, well, there's our angels. Generation Z. Watch them. Why? Because now that I said that, I put a big target on their back.